This one is called Ode to Mary. When I first met you, I was 10 years old. With promises of delivering me from pain, you took my brain to a place named Enjoy. You took my unwarranted beatings from me, repeatedly. You make me smile in the face of adversity and danger, make lifelong friends out of complete strangers, introduce me to the prettiest faces, got me laid in the strangest places. You fill my pockets with cash, you put food on my table, you pay my rent, my gas and electric, my car note, and my cable. You make my life feel completely stable. You cut a path to the money trail. You cheer me up when all else fails. Like I'm reading the funniest of tales. You brought the light to my darkest nights. You give my third eye sight. You show me the highest heights. When put in a cipher, you're guaranteed to win a fight. Loud and obnoxious, cause you're always right. You make me feel loose when I'm feeling tight. When I was on trial, you was my Cody. Even did a bit in the next bunk with me. 54 months like it was nothing, cousin. A true G. That's why I'll always love you, Mary Jane.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. That's my ode to Mary. Her lips touch mine every day.
Pardonnez-moi, pardonnez-moi. Pardonnez-moi, pardonnez-moi. Excuse me for interrupting your American dream, but I'm homeless and I can't sleep and I'm foodless, I can't eat and I'm ignorant cause I'm in bliss and I can't read. Pardonnez-moi, pardonnez-moi, pardonnez-moi. Excuse me for interrupting your American dream. No, don't have a hood. Yes, do have a piece of real estate to roam and feel good. I own it not, yet it owns me, refines me, finds me, defines me. Hood gate and hood speak, one on our forehead like a government stamp. Owns me, finds me, refines me, defines me. Harlem, Cincinnati, Detroit, Compton, Watts, San Juan, Negril, Kingston, Port-au-Prince, Southeast DC.
For intuition, in order to open up your third eye, you have to vibrate at 741 hertz. Next up to the mic is a brother named LMS, which is the last man standing. Before LMS gets on, let me say something about the contest I didn't say before. This is actually a prize contest. We have prizes. This is $100 for first place. Clap, 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 clap. $100, first place winner, first place. $50 for the second place winner. Clap, clap, clap. $50, $50. And a hot bag of roasted nuts for the third place winner. Yeah, hey, let's give it up for the hot bag of roasted nuts, which we have available at Majestical Lips. Majestical Lips, where we deal with the metaphysical and esoteric aspects of life, growth, and harmony, universal. Let's hear it again for LMS, last man standing.
Oh, I am the LMS. And in 2012, this is only a warning. Heed it if you want. Just saying, don't be blind, y'all. My people don't be blind. That's exactly how they want us. Blind to the fact that their plan is to make us goners. They say society's so gone and the people here are so wrong. If that's the truth, then homie, tell America so long. Cause if not by now, then soon, on the TVs and your monitors, we'll be getting that mushroom cloud that George Bush had promised us. We'll be getting that footage from Iraq on our doorstep. We will be seeing the military, they're making the government forfeit. Preachers telling the people to give up their guns from the pulpit. People like me will be considered a terrorist and a culprit. Let me backtrack, cause the fact is that shit's already happening. In the land of America, the land of the man with a plan to eradicate freedom and then never bring it back again. I don't breathe, cause shit ain't over yet. And if you expecting the EP yet to tell the truth, don't hold your breath, my nigga, don't breathe. Cause now is the hour of our time, and this morning is not mine. My people don't be blind. My people don't be blind. My people don't be blind. Was blind, but now I see. And the truth of what I see is that we're not really free. My people don't be blind, don't be blind, don't be blind. My people don't be blind, don't be blind, don't be blind. My people don't be blind. Was blind, but now I see. And the truth of what I see is that we're not fucking free. My people don't be blind. That's exactly how they wanting it. A bailout with no oversight, with some crackers straight be gone with it. Before we even had a chance to advance or excel, they taken 7 times over what they gave us in the mail. And I replaced it with a copy of obsession as a reminder. Another 9/11 is around the corner and we just on the timer. Tick tock, boom! Mr. Vice President, the plane is 10 miles out. Do I have him clear the room? No, let him die, let him fry. Cause a corpse cannot stand up and testify. And the population that's been done the fuck down won't even try to overthrow a system they can't see with the naked eye. Go back to bed, America. Keep on believing the lie. Meanwhile, we gon' poison the sky, poison the border, kill every son and sterilize every daughter, make it impossible for you to avoid what's coming. Get ready to enjoy your slaughter. It will be the people you don't see and the things that they don't talk about that will kill you and me. My people don't be blind. My people don't be blind. My people don't be blind. Was blind, but now I see. And the truth of what I see is that we're not really free. My people don't be blind. My people don't be blind, don't be blind, don't be blind. My people don't be blind, was blind, but now I see. And the truth of what I see is that we were never free. My people don't be blind.
I was walking up the blocks when a cop car pulled up. Flickering lights, doors open, slam. Out jumped 2 white men, one with a gun in his hand. At first I think, what the fuck did I do? Using my peripherals to see who is who. And then I said, nah. They can't be after me. Freeze! Get on the fucking ground! That's when I looked down. A puddle. Excuse me, officer. What did I do? Resist an arrest, motherfucker, if you don't do what I tell you. Nah, officer, this is a new suit. I'm not laying on the ground. Tell me what you're stopping me for. He said you fit the description, and you acted suspicious. Now you're giving me probable cause. Do you have any weapons, drugs, or bombs? I said, what kind of drugs are you on? What the hell would I be doing with a bomb? He said, I'll ask the questions. Neck all fucking red, partner looking like he wanted to split my head. His eyes said, one move, nigga, and you're dead. They were killing me softly. Just then, 4 more cops rolled up. Flickering lights, doors open, slammed. They all looked like they wanted to fuck me up. I got scared. I knew my life was on the line. Okay, can I ask you why you stopped me one more time? He said, turn the fuck around. And he slammed me against the wall. Checking my pocket, he pulled out a razor. Before I explained, one of them hit me with a fucking taser. Then they beat me like my name was King, Martin or Rodney. You take a pick, cause they all took a swing. The next day in court, the judge dismissed the case. Now I'm sitting at a bus stop in front of the court. When a cop car pulls up, flickering lights, cars open, slam. Damn. Next up to the mic, we have the radical, the one and only, Prophet. Let's hear it for the man, Prophet.
You see, I was forced to go back to the lab with a pen and a pad to design a rhyme to make it fit into the square root of 3 minutes time. I know you was feeling my last flow and how it was majestically projected. Next time I'll put it into a syringe and have you inject it. And although my last track was too long and I got ejected, my man Almighty Wisdom gave me my props because I wrecked it. Okay, then put the intro. What about the children that have been neglected? Oh, you knew I was going to come with some deep shit. That's expected. Because we need to have our minds be connected. So that we can recall our history to teach our seeds so that they will be misdirected. Or else life for them will surely be hectic. These thoughts of mine run deep and my metaphors are scientifically selected. Step to me with some weak shit and get thoroughly disrespected. You don't like my vibe? Then disconnect it. But before you do, listen to my flow as I rip lines to act as antiseptic. America is dying, so call the paramedics. She's got a gaping hole at her side with no anesthetic. She's bleeding real bad, but I'm not apologetic. Because 50 years from now, you're going to realize that my poetry was poetically prophetic. Where did I get that information from? I read it. American history, I dissected. That's when I first learned that Boricuas were being disrespectfully disrespected. Now my thoughts are like prayer. They're meant to be reflective. I take your laws, throw them in jail, and have them molested. Then I have you and your family picked up and arrested. Because these are my laws now, so don't bother to contest it. Because you should have learned when I first protested. But now you must be removed because your mind has been infected. And stay out of the sun because your skin's recessive. How do I know your history? because I'm a historical detective. You see, the only way to understand these thoughts is to have them orally ingested. Wait 5 minutes until they're completely digested. Let me take a breather now. Okay, now I'm fully rested. America is HIV positive. My words are clean because they have been tested. Obama is a threat to world order, so he must not be re-elected. Tolerating criminal politicians and CEOs will no longer be accepted. My rhymes are like semen. You'll be mentally impregnated regardless of the contraceptive. And when I hear Pac's poetry, my lower extremity becomes erected. Then I call upon my brethren, Melchizedek, so we can build by being mentally connected. And those who refuse to accept this knowledge are liable to be apoplectic, because it's poetry so deep that I was prematurely selected, because my lyrical combat skills have been honed and finally perfected. No more hiding your lies, America, for my third eye will detect it. And yes, in my cipher, the overthrow of the government has been briefly suggested, because our politicians are being bought and sold, not elected. And when I criticize the Israeli government for being criminal, I'm labeled anti-Semitic. Then you threaten my life to get me to stop it. It's not going to work, so you might as well forget it, because my point of voice transcends the universe, while yours is microscopic. You taking this? Shh, stop it, because these thoughts are so profound that they travel subliminally or through fiber optics, traveling through time to the planet synoptic. When me and Black Jesus studied the laws of the ancients, that was written, he copped it, and then we smoked the button. Woohoo! That weed was hypnotic. Then I found myself in God's library, found the book of life, so I copped it. And after this poetry shit is over, I can say, damn God, you rocked it.
And it's time to bring up to the stage that man, Uncle Chet. Let's hear from Uncle Chet. Yay, hey.
Uncle Chet, you're on the show.
How you doing? How you doing? Got a note on the little short. It's called My Words. Words. My words become the rope that they all hang on to. I romance the word and bring out its natural beauty. I impregnate the word and the word gives birth. I coach the word, leading it to victory in the cup. I respect the word so the word respects me. I plant, nurture, cultivate, and harvest the word, then feed the hungry masses on the bounty of my word. I understand the nutritional value of the word. I build new life and civilizations with my word. I boldly go where no man has gone before with my word. My words are your mirror. I see your face. Thank you, thank you. Okay, as I said, this is the Majestical Lips 4th Annual Spoken Word Extravaganza. Next up to the mic is the man, Sammy McKnight. Let's hear from the Black Knight, Sammy McKnight. His armor is his word.
I thank all y'all for being here today. You know, they just want a story what I did when I was in prison, and I never got to tell my mom. And she was a Christian, and that's the home I grew up in, even though I grew up straight. But this is all ways I want her to remember me as. And it's called Price Paid. I know I caused you so much pain and shame. Your love will always remain the same. I remember your prayers for me, your moans and groans, always fasting, saying God's love is everlasting. Even when I gambled and lost, you always paid the cost. Even when I failed and went to jail, you would always make my bail. Even when I got shot and could not walk, you was there with your sweet talks, telling me about Jesus and his mercy and grace. Even when I didn't want to hear, I knew he was here in the place. I remember the nights when you could not sleep, thinking about me on them streets. Because I was out in them streets, and all the times I was chasing down dope, you never gave up hope. I remember when the gang task force came and made the bus. You didn't curse. You just said a Bible verse. Thought I would never see you again. You said this is not the end. Trust in him, he's a friend. Even when you saw me coming out the room with a ski mask and a gun, you said I was still your son. You said Jesus can still save. I can't go.
Let's go, brother.
No, you're doing
Let's
great,
go.
brother.
You're doing great, brother. Come on, let's go.
Give me a round of
Let's hear it
applause.
for the brother McKnight. It's coming good. Come on, brother.
Great, brother.
You're doing great. Let's finish. Let's finish.
Great.
The world needs to hear your words, brother. Let's hear 'em.
I remember my two babies out of wedlock about to be due. You said Jesus can still pull me through. I wish now you can see I have a new life in serving Christ. I go to church and praise the Lord. I clap my hands and clap my feet. Now I see you were right. I have favor with the Savior because he paid the price.
All right. Give me a round of applause. Give me a round of applause. Yeah.
All right, let's hear it for Sammy McKnight. That was deep and emotional. A lot of times poems are deep and emotional. So I'm gonna have to do something that's deep and emotional. Are you ready? So you call yourself a Christian. On Sunday, you got a seat reserved in church. But Monday through Friday, you smoke coke, sniff dope, and lift all the bitches' skirts. You tell me the blood of the Lamb, Jesus, is the only thing that'll set me free. Yeah, as long as I give up my mind, my time, my soul, and my money. Oh, you know, I actually forgot this rhyme. That's really terrible. You do horrible things in the name of a religion that you can't comprehend. And then you defend these horrible things to the bitter end. But I can't pray to Jesus. It might be sad, but it's true. Because I'd rather be damned than think and act like you. Now you call yourself a Muslim. To Allah, towards the east you pray, but didn't I see you and Mr. Lee's ordering some pork fried rice the other day? And didn't you try to blow yourself up anyway? And didn't you throw acid in the face of the woman whose only sin was the state of mind that you're in? Suicide is a sin in any religion. And you want me to join yours talking about 72 virgins? Now you're calling yourself a Catholic. You told me my words would be my death, but is that altar boy that I'm smelling on your breath? And aren't you the Catholic priest that demand that I confess while you're filling up your coffers like all of the rest? Hey, altar boy, come here. Put your pants down near your feet and get a shot of his holy meat. Now you're calling me an atheist. You tell me that I'm on the wrong track, but you didn't hear me scream for Jesus when that bullet hit me in my back, and you didn't hear me to pray to Allah that I don't get caught selling this crack, and you never hear me said Buddha's name be praised when my baby came back. So before you criticize my metaphors and my similes, understand that I am universally spiritual. Bring in the ruckus. Brother Ruckus to the stage, calling Ruckus, Ruckus, Ruckus to the stage. Let's hear it for the Brother Ruckus.
I can't sleep, I can't eat, and no, this not about love. This about life, shit you can't sweep under the rug. See, life is a motherfucker, as you most likely already know, and we all gonna die, so how y'all gonna go? All you leave behind when you die is your name, and that's liable to change. It's such a shame slavery still remains. Yes, nigga, you a slave to that money and fame. I can see paying a mill for a plane, but we spend a mill for a chain. Now tell me what's wrong with our fucking brain. Most voted for Barack because he was black and he promised to change. You didn't give a fuck about his agenda and stances. Well, he not the first black president, the first was John Hanson. See, let me give you a quick history lesson. Because if you forget your past, then you face with regression. See, my ancestors ancestors, if you trace my roots back to the motherland, and I'm talking about way before we got dragged across the Atlantic by that other man. See, we fucking invented slavery. We come from kings and queens, our blood from royalty. Why do you think you like them platinum grills and all that gold jewelry? See, not only did they beat us time after time and rape our women, but they erased from our minds how we was used to living. They changed our names and the way we spoke. They burned our books and the history we wrote. They gave us organized religion as they loaded the boats. So you're no longer African kings and queens, you niggas spooks or colored folks. Listen to me, my people, this is not a fucking joke. I mean, where the fuck do you think all those diamonds come from? If you think they come from Zell's, Jacobs, or Gordon's, then you just another dum-dum. Africans to this day are still exploited for those carrots that you wear. Digging for hours a day, making about $20 a year. It's time for us to wake up and smell the air. I'm speaking the fucking truth, so you had no choice but to feel this right here. You just being in the room right now means this was meant for you to hear. If it sounds like I'm mad, well, yes the fuck I is, yeah. I said yes the fuck I is. I'm tired of all this bullshit history they are teaching to our kids. See, all they know is that we was once slaves and a few strong black activists said something had to give, so they fought for civil rights. Now we can drink from the same fountain and live where we want to live. Well, fuck that. It go back way further than that. So that shit that they preaching and that shit that they teaching, that shit is really absurd. That's why I'm here now, to deliver the real word. So listen with your ears and keep an open mind, because I'm about to take you on a trip to a place back in time. For people that look like me drink the finest wine, there was no such thing as black on black crime. Time after time we invented and mastered, cut rocks with precision that was stacked and plastered, and aligned with the stars, level with the ground. The structures we built is still a mystery now. My skin color is brown, but I'm proud to be called black. All I'm saying, my people, is don't believe everything you hear, read. Make sure you know the facts. Thank you.
Let's hear it again for the brother Ruckus. Come on, give it up. That was tight. That was tight. All right, we're going to move right along in the first part of the contest. Our next contestant is brother Haiti Blues. That's blues with a Z. Haiti Blues, up to the mic.
Divine peace to all of you. Whoever controls the mind of the children controls the destiny of your race. Whoever controls the mind of your children controls the destiny of your race. The Maroon Nation. Walking, talking, live, though we think we're living. Black zombies, we just copycat, following the system. Black zombies, walking, talking, dead, though we think we're living. Black zombies, we just copycat, following the system. Black zombies, hey yo, we trapped in our own brain, fuck behind bars. Well, I used to be blinded like some of you. Spoon-fed us, specially prepared reality, more like malnutrition. Eurocentric influenced opinions and post-slave mentality conditions are seen as a black normality, while black children are being labeled with deficiency-ridden syndromes. Ask the state of Florida why they need third grade FCAT scores to predetermine how many future prisons they are building, and guess whose children are statistically a shoe-in end. No, it's not accidental, but very perverse. Like how using the earth to heal yourself really works, but now most of us choose to abuse and set up a toxic chemical injections first. Overly expensive medicines and professional opinions make our wallets thirst. We are what we eat, and nutritionally our biological systems are getting worse with all of this new technology. How come more people are sick and obese than ever before, and why is holistic healing deemed as an alternative medicine and made illegal by political bureaucracy? Damn, being cursed. Knowledge of self and health as wealth can be obtained if you're willing to break the chains and make personal change for rebirth. Black African brethren and sisters are overly degrading and berating themselves like it's tradition. Personal identity crisis issues and God complexes have a lot of us driven. Like I knowing about our African roots, we'll have confusion voluntarily living. Like I knowing about our great Moorish black African roots, we'll have confusion voluntarily living. And that's a given. Why do you think we're being classified and categorized? It's a simple process and it's called division. But most of us ain't listening because that earwax buildup and that hopeless mindset of ignorance have a lot of us on those bullshit theoretical premonitions, thinking that my black is not your black based on nationality, skin color, or religion. The fact is that our brains have been kidnapped, mismatched, hacked, and hijacked, crowded and clouded with our oppressors' sadistic visions, materialistic objects, vanity, and visuals of hot sex fantasies have us wasting time on lust-filled paper, chasing missions, distractions, turn any form of positive action into lackadaisical submissions, better known as chillin'. So maybe that's why they want to cover up our history and keep it a mystery and keep us blinded forever. Understand, it's time for us to make the change and do a whole lot better. Let's break the chains and end the chronic denial. Peace.
Haiti Blue, holistic cleaning. He goes right along with the theme of majestical lips, because that's what we're all about. We're all about holistic and metaphysical. We're all about esoteric. We're all about cleaning the body, cleansing the soul.
Give it up for Marcus Blake Sosa, I'm telling you.
How's everybody feeling tonight? All right. So we here another Friday night. Giving some poetry. Here we go. Powerful can't even start to define the state of mind that I'm in. Traveled the underworld and made peace within my sins. Osiris said, as long as I'm alive, then I win. Ain't no losing with the power of the 10 secret of old. Go untold like Pharaoh, encased in a mold of gold. I go in, resurrecting new skin. Me and him intertwined in the mind like binary twins. We shine like Mercury. Right angle tilted to the utmost degree. New world order revolution on the rise. Mothership in the sky like the all-seeing eye. And I see all like a fly on the wall. Ain't looking for a sign, ain't waiting for no last call. Nah, I can feel the forces of the supernatural pushing. If seeing is believing, that through the looking glass I'm looking at witches and warlocks in the kitchen cooking. Man, the meat needs season, the dishes displeasing. At peace with the cause, but always seeking a reason to believe in. And the obvious couldn't be more deceiving. Like a gold statue bleeding. The truth is subjective to your perspective. It all depends on what holy book you reading. And everything seen ain't a fact. Just because a man is clean don't mean that his heart ain't black. Spiritual war going on, my nigga. You either defending or being attacked. Now double that and bring it back. Period.
Yeah. Yo, Sosa Black did his thing. My man Marcus Blake, check him out. Alright, Almighty Wisdom, how y'all doing? Alright, I'm this y'all. Welcome everybody. Fuck a poetry slam. Fuck a poetry slam. I'll be damned if I let any man judge the art that comes from my heart, picking apart the lines from my mind as they try to dissect my content like some sort of biological science experiment. Some asshole in the audience gets randomly picked, and now they the judge, juror, and executioner of my thoughts, poetic prowess, and poetical wit. Scoring me on a scale from 1 to 10 when they themselves never probably ever picked up a pencil or a pen or took the time to write a rhyme, perfectly placed personification, alliteration, nouns, verbs, similes, and metaphors. They probably don't even know what the difference between an oxymoron and juxtaposition, or know what an panoplia or a stanza is. They never took the time to practice their lines over and over and over, constantly reciting their rhymes in their mind and controlling in the mirror, rehearsing tone, range, breath control, and meter, pronunciation, pits, and dramatic pauses, or for some half-baked, inebriated audience member to hold up a number of what my creative spirit ranks. Nah, no thanks. Fuck a poetry slam. Most of these venues is run by poetry pimps, like record companies pimping MCs. Poetry slamming be pimping poets' talent for their own financial benefit, charging up to $10 to $20 at the door as a cover. Remember, every brother ain't a brother, so beware of those others. Those in sheep clothes, but really wolves undercover. If you run a poetry open mic night and you yourself don't write, yo, straight up, if you don't do it for the love and the art, Then you pimping the talent that you yourself is lacking. And I'm pulling your card. Poets come out early than love. They put their name on the list. Then they get overlooked or cut short when it's finally they turn to spit. Poetry politics? That's a bunch of bullshit. Fuck your rules and regulations. Giving me 3 minutes to spit my poetic orientations. Then cutting me off if I'm long-winded. Just cause you can't understand or overstand my content, I refuse to scribe day and night, going through multiple edits and revisions, manifesting my thoughts into action when the only reason is hoping to bring some incompetent judge satisfaction, playing to the crowd, praying to a good reaction, making it some sort of stand-up comedy soliloquy or some rap battle Freestyle Friday on BET like this is a popularity contest. Ooh, I hope they like me. I hope they like me. Well, you know what? Fuck you. And fuck a poetry slam. I write my poems with no apologies. I write from my soul and my personal truth untold. And furthermore, only God can judge me. Or maybe 12 in the jury after I murder the mic and set the sage ablaze. Cause these slams nowadays get me enraged. It takes time, talent, and dedication to fill the page with these unique creations. And it takes courage to get up in front of a crowd, to share your feelings and thoughts aloud. And I respect everyone's opportunity for testimony, sharing your artistry, connecting mentally and spiritually. And that should be encouraged, not judged. Poetry is not a competition. When sharing your feelings and emotions, the poet's ultimate mission, when the audience can feel your story, well, that's the gift of poetry. And poets bask in that glory. And I write poetry to make me happy, to release my inner demons within my tormented soul. I write to alleviate pressure, not to try to impress you. I write to spread education and awareness, to break spells of ignorance, writing poems with intelligence, resolve, and resolution. Most of my poems be about the New World Order, trying to prepare your asses for Rexity 4, the end of days, and coming wars, and to prepare us for the revolution. The revolution will not be televised, so it must be spread by word of mouth. A poet is a modern-day griot, prophet, sage, soothsayer, master of ceremony, and a storyteller. I am a poet, not because that's what I chose to be, but rather because that's what poetry chose for me. I don't spit for recognition. I spit so people can listen and hopefully pay attention. I'm not selling my soul for some dough, poetic prostitution, so fuck your prize money. I write poetry for me, and if the audience feels it, well then thank you. Because I appreciate you listening, and of course you paying attention, confidence with no cockiness and no ego. I'm humbled by the applause of the audience, because all communication, all communion of community brings unity with the etheric entity that commutes and communicates from inside me verbally. This is the essential essence that makes poetry such an excellent experience. But I don't need a score of perfect tens to tell me I'm the man. Matter of fact, if you feel it with me, then say it like me, like you don't give a damn. Fuck a poetry slam.
This here is called From the Underground Up. Alright. 365, sometimes 366. Revised schedules just to wake up and see the same shit bit by bit. So I constantly change up the words I spit. Doing this hip-hop until I die, not just to make a hit. So pay attention as these lyrics scan your mind like extensions to be mentioned in your mental existence in a repeated sentence. Cruise to the land of the air, the 7 seas. I destroy MCs like antibiotics for the mad cow disease. References logically faster than snaps of photography, so part of me has nitrous oxide pumping in my arteries. Follow me into the stars, into the study of astronomy, until the keys on this board bending together like harmony. I'm specifically spitting these vocals differently to be the all-star in this game with coaches that's never benching me. These MCs mad cause I've got skills to wish they had to miss these chemicals in the lab, but sorry son, that's too bad. I'm just looking at the world through my third eye vision, letting these haters know that the champ has risen. Don't come when I come before you wind up stuck, cause I'm coming on in from the underground up. Giving out the best of me to establish longevity. It's put in my mind to remain a step ahead of me. So therefore you shouldn't come and bet your last buck, cause I'm coming on in from the underground up. It goes 11587 when I first started yelling to begin telling the stories of a legend made in the process. Hold it down, shackle like a hostage, never skip the gossip. Before you slip, whoops, you lost it. Welcome to this area where barriers never end. From the entrance there's no exit and no space to comprehend. Filled with 9 sparkling jewels and stars far from being famous. What a place to be free. Never sealed like containers, you can't blame us. The system got us classified as numbers, so we're nameless. Put us on a daily schedule with the same shit they would train us. Who's the one complainer? Which you see is gonna be the first to release with full anger? Who? Chris Black, blow! Ask me now how I'ma get wild and flip rhymes with mad style. I'm coming out sharper than teeth from a crocodile. If you don't believe what I'm saying, check my profile. Leave you on the side of the road, stuck in the trash pile. Sicker than the violence coming from the west now. If you don't believe what I'm saying, you wonder how it sounds. But this is how it is. It goes blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Let's hear it for the brother Black.
Brother Black doing his thing. Miss Shamil, change up the energy a little bit. You know what I mean? Have some nice female vibes. Thank you very much. Please, thank you.
We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this alarm.
I wish to be baptized by the societal man who understands that using profanity doesn't really emasculate me. I'd like to meet someone who can give me the adjectives that tell me that there's some intellect beyond a four-letter word. I like to find that there's someone that can ejaculate a system of being inside of me that hits me from the temple of my head to the bottom of my feet, understanding that this area right here gives you more bless when what comes out of here equates to what's here. All I hear and all I see is black this and white that. Color is color, but it means nothing if you cannot define oneself. I want to be baptized in a prism where colors of blues, of hues and grays that tell of those rainy days and those sad days and those crazy days that make me say, ah. So that when I ejaculate, it's a moan and a groan that has a porch tone. A tone that makes me moan, that makes me words that have wisdom, that chant, that make me feel solemnly full. My baptism doesn't come in a Bible. My baptism doesn't come in a Quran. My baptism doesn't come in a penis in the size of 2 or 4 or 5. My baptism comes by the words being spewed from one's mouth that has intellect, that tells me that he is a solemn, that he is solid, that he has risen. When all I see are pyramids of equations, of mathematical equations of ones and twos that will never be threes and fours because you don't understand and comprehend who you be. A man is not defined by his penis. A man is not defined by how many stripes he has on his shoulder. A woman is not defined by the way she characterizes her false hair and her false nails and her false eyelashes. She is defined by the way she walks with elegance, by the way she speaks, by the way her lips roll from her lips, from her lips, from her mouth, from her nose, from her eyes. Because if you're studying the pupil inside of my pupil that is studying you, you wouldn't like what you see. Raggedy brothers with pants hanging down behind dead prisms of minds that castrate their own selves. We speak a language thinking that we're doing poetry and prose, and in reality we're ejaculating garbage. The same garbage from one site to another. I want to be baptized with something new, something original, something man-made, so that when it spews into my hair, it gets sticky and wet. That when it spews on my breast, they get perky, and when it spews on my love joints, I opened up like the ecstasy of the Panama Canal, and I run like a river that's racing rapidly down the Gulf streams of New Mexico. There is no depth to the fathom of my mind. But those 4-letter words mean nothing. That color line means nothing. I believe we went to school. Whether it was his history or their history or our history, you learned more than 4-letter words. So please, all my brothers and all my sisters, come to the water. Come fresh, come clean. I will help you bathe in new words. I will help you penetrate your persona so that you can fly high with the falcons. But until then, the thing that you comprehend is so low that crabgrass doesn't even grow. I need you to elevate your minds. I need you to elevate your souls so that when you open your mouth and you spew those words, you walk with intelligence, with eloquence, with beauty, and only then can you baptize my soul.
Give it up for Shamel again. Give it up. That was beautiful. Wow, 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 wow. You never know what's going to happen up in here at Majestical Lips. Majestical Lips.
But next on this mic, we're going to have some more female energy. And let me say the name right. That's Miami. Please come bless this mic.
So if you will, this poem is, it was more of a contemplation after I learned some information about a sister I'd never known about before. How many of y'all ever heard of Sarkay Bartman? They call her Sarah Bartman. Okay. Well, this poem, the name of this poem is called, this poem is dedicated to Sarah Bartman. One day out of boredom, I was researching lectures on African Black history. Surfaced up a name that was intriguing to me. The title said, "Who is Sarah Bartman?" Nothing exciting, rather ordinary and plain. But then I saw the imagery of a woman who looked like me, and my initial thought had suddenly changed. You see, as Sarah's story was told, I felt my own heart grow tired, weary, and cold, because I identified with her life, though it occurred at another time and place. How tragic it was that she lost her fight, and many of us too are dawning on this same fate. My sister Sarah was approached at a tender young age and promised the world. You see, the devil offered her fame. I'm sure glitter, glitz, and glamour was his claim. The dream of being a dancer in another land was certainly a step up from her being a slave. But once my sister Sarah got to Europe, that devil flipped the script. Already there, she fell for the trick. Forced to entertain in a freak circus strip. Placed in a cage to dance and gyrate. Made to a spectacle stripped of all self-worth and love. Europeans so fascinated and awed with her body parts, extremities, that they poked, prodded, and rubbed. Yeah. They marveled at the conclusion that because of her larger body parts, she was confirmed, as were all black women, inferior to her small, frail, lily-white counterpart, whose frame stated to be superior. And so the story continues. When from a freak circus, she was forced to depart. She moved onto the streets and made her living as a prostitute, and dies at the young age of 25 of loneliness, disease, and a broken heart. But don't you worry now, don't you fret. Shea Whitey wasn't quite done degrading my sister Sarah. No, not yet. This vermin took my sister's body, made a cast of it, cut out her vagina, skeleton, and brain. Put them in a preserve jars and mounted them in a museum for display. Disrespecting my sister Sarah, forcing her into a life of a whore. These conscienceless animals kept her body on display at that fucking museum in London until 1974. And after taking them down, they still kept her remains like this was the right thing to do. They finally returned my sister Sarah's body to be buried back in South Africa in 2002. My sister Sarah, to my heart, grieves. Everything that you endured, I have signed up for it for free. Tricking for anything while selling our souls. Running after false ideologies of riches, compromising our self-respect for money, cars, jewelry, and clothes. Bragging about what you did and how you did it so that you can go ball out, shop till you drop. While the demons inside numb your spirit and dull your mind as you allow yourself to be utilized as a frequent semen deposit stop. But as we ostracize ourselves even more, claiming it's all about women's sexual liberation, no one truly knows or understands who what that fallacious move was for. Meanwhile, Sister Sarah Bartman willingly went to Europe under the guise she would be famous, but unfortunately, it was all a lie. And many of us still volunteer to believe in these dreams the enemy contrives, and end up dying internally of the disease of low self-esteem and no good abusive baby daddies who leave us alone with no one to console our self-imposed wounds and cries. But it doesn't have to be this way. Each time you wake up, it's a new day. Despite what your past is, strive for that change and be the change that you seek. Let's stop making excuses for piss-poor, unexcusable behaviors and debunk this force-fed psychosis of media sociopathic saviors. And relearn a way of seeking knowledge of self. It starts right in the mirror, not obtained from someone else.
Well,
yes, my sisters, too many of us have degenerative, warped identities. I myself relating from an abusive, love-deficient daddy and a passive mother who just couldn't take a stand, and just like many others, made her children a sacrifice while selling her soul too to keep a piece of a man. I can't blame her, for she too was lacking her father. So what else could she do? You see, I was left out in this world, scared, lonely, and cold, feeling that the only way to get love would be obtained through promiscuity. My reaction to their desire certainly hurt, you see, and left me feeling like Sister Sarah, a spectacle with no dignity. My morals swiveled up, dried up like something old. Then I did a self-examination and began to realize my trials, my pains didn't have to be my existence proclamation. No longer would the cloak of unworthiness be seen in my eyes. We all are worthy to be loved, of kindness, adoration, and respect. So for you and for my sister Sarah Bartman, I will continue to strive and live my life beautifully and will not allow the enemy, whoever he or her may be, to convince thee to partake of the wonderfully packaged bullshit that is transforming creators of our people, our civilization, into sexually exploited wrecks. Sarah Bartman, your story is my story, our story, which I vow to never forget. Peace.
That was tight. All right, we're going to bring up another one to the stage. It's MB. Where's MB? MB to the stage. Brother MB. This is not a contestant, yet he is a man of words.
No, I'm not a contestant. I'm just new here. It's the first time I've ever been here. And I'm a bit shy because I'm unprepared, you know. I just wanted to touch the mic and say a little words. It's going to be short. So, I live in this city, they call it Little Haiti. MB is my name. Nah, I got a little bit of fame and I try to scratch up a little bit of grain. I lift over 100 pounds every day when I'm moving the blocks. Nah, if you see me run around, you might say what's up and I might have a little flock. But I'm gonna tell y'all boys, I move things from this city to the dark to another world. And I'm telling y'all, man, I probably got a little girl. I don't know where she at, probably with her mama. And I done been to school, high school, dropped out, and I had a little drama. And I came back to Miami and I had to finish school here. A lot of people called me a fool, but I just had to do what I had to do, and I ran straight through. And I got my grades, yeah, I graduated, yeah, I get paid. Every day you can see me working in my warehouse, yeah, looking like a slave. But then I come back home and I'm eating something good, and I'm like, yeah, my mama Haitian. Yeah, and I'm telling y'all, man, this just how I live, and for real, this is how it goes. And MB, I've been working for 15 years. Yeah, they call me a pro. Yeah, I got plenty of cash. Yeah, I keep it saved up. Yeah, I used to have my hair braided up, but then I calmed down, had to get it cut, put my pants up, get a belt too. Yeah, where I'm working at, I need a lot of help too, but I'm the only worker. I just keep on going, and I just keep on smoking, and I just keep on going like a train, and sometimes I sit back, I stretch out, and I feel the pain, but guess what? All it is the city trying to give me a little bang, trying to teach me something that I ain't never even know, that listening to myself, and sometimes I'm so wise and I feel like a pro, but that's just in my own eyes and I feel like I'm slow, but I need to move a little bit faster. Some people calling me names, they trying to call me a bastard, but I ain't no bastard, I just know myself. Y'all just nothings, and I ain't got no wealth, and I don't want to talk to you like that because I am a man of respect. And guess what? I was young, I was bad, no drove, and I was a man of neglect. That young knows so much, and I was so tough, and I got so buff, and I started to whoop some suckers up. But then I said, you know, I need to chill for real, take this pill and climb that hill. And guess what? So it's on the top. There's a sunrise and I'm looking at it. And I open my eyes and I'm feeling that. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Ever since I was young, they calling me MP. Today, they call me Mr. Burns. Yeah, I just got to keep going to school, and I just got to learn that everything ain't going to go my way. Nobody is smart as me. But guess what? Nobody is hard as me. You ain't going the same route that I did. You went on another path, and I applaud you for that. Keep doing that.
First of all, we're about to wrap this up. This is the last round, so thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause for sticking around for the whole thing. That means you're interested in the whole thing, you know?
Acting is standing up, standing out, standing in, standing down, standing around, standing way over there in the background. I'm in the background, yeah, way in the back. In fact, to be exact, Jack, why? Cause I'm black, cause I can act, see. So you don't need to see me on AB, NBC, BTV, PBS, FOX, cause I'm among the very best. You need to witness my finesse live and on stage. Like a dangerous animal trapped up in the cage, lifting them words up off the page, beating them into a frenzied rage. Besides, you can't afford to engage my emotionality on TV or in a movie, yet not as an individual, till you give me that residual. Check on the basis that's regular, cause my instinct is to act stank and go for the juggler. So be warned, De Niro, Pacino, Smith, Snipes, Washington. I'm the one, son, you wanna play opposite me. I'ma have to recommend you reread Stanislavski, Stella Adler, Sanford Meisner. You richer, wiser, I'm hungrier, tireder. Tireder, waiting for a break. Every role I want, I create. I'm finna give away more money than you'll ever make. I'm real, you fake. You've been living under imaginary circumstances way too long, and the power of your currency is strong, and your film technique is tight. But meet me any night, see, on any stage, see, in NYC, so we can see if your game is at its peak. See, yeah, I'm saying that's the peak, see. When I score defeat, see, your car for mine, your crib for mine. You bring your agent, I'ma bring mine. Stand before me and them. Deliver just one single line. It's just to test your spine. Crazy, I know. In fact, yo, kind of wick, whack, yo. Nicholson, Jack, yo. Think about it. In the meantime, and the between time and the downtime, I'ma be over here in the back. I ain't worried, I can act. I ain't hurried, I can fight. I can read and I can write. I love you. Good night.
And the winner of the competition, we're not going to go in that other order. You know, usually they do like, we have the runner-up and blah, 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 and get you all embarrassed standing on the stage like, yeah, I'm the second winner. No, we're going to go right to the top. And the winner is my man Ruckus. Let's hear for Ruckus. Everybody put their hands together. Ruckus right there. 100 crisp dollar bills, which is actually not worth $100. I'm putting something together and it's called, I'm trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, but America beat me to it. Majestical lips. Here we go. Second place winner. Everybody put their hands together for second place. LMS. Last man standing. My brother. All right, now the third place winner. Up to the mic is the man Prophet. Let's bring up Prophet. Third place winner is Prophet. Here we go with the nuts. Now don't feel bad for Prophet, because he actually won the $100 prize and the $50 prize. He's just running the circle. Life is a circle. Thank you very much. That is the end of the entertainment for the night.